Hi Flosstube, I hope everybody's okay. Today is Saturday the 7th of July and this is my May and June update. I'm sorry it's been such a long time, but it's been quite busy and I've not really had an opportunity to make a video. I've got quite a lot to show you. In May I decided to do monogamous Maynia. Just to try and concentrate on one of my whips, and I chose Halloween Quaker by Lila's Studio. I'll insert a picture where I was last time. And this is where I am now. So I managed to get quite a bit done. It was quite a busy May. I hope you can see that. But I think, I can't quite remember, but I completed all of the bottom, finished one of the houses, did this here, and I've only just got a bit left, this little bit here, and then that's the from edge to edge done. But I love the way this is coming along. I couldn't wait to switch the witches' boots and stockings on this one. I love the fabric. This is 36 count, picture this plus murky. I did a new start towards the end of May, and this was after seeing Chelsea doing this for her Stitch Mania, and this is Threadwork Primitives Jack in the Hat. This is just my front cover that I like to do, but I love this design, and this is as far as I've got. I was just waiting on some threads to come so I could finish off the border. I also picked up Seaside Kingdom by Mirabilia. I've had this for years. I bought this in a show before 2004. I know that much. I can't remember what year I bought it. And this is how far I've got. I can't remember fully. I might insert a picture here how far I was last time. So I know I did the bow and some parts of this, but yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I enjoy stitching on it when I do, but it's not one that I gravitate to more. I think it's just one that I've outgrown, but I would like to finish it. A teeny tiny bit on the sampler chart, company Moira Blackburn, and this is the beehive sampler. This is one that my new best friend, I think she'll always be called that now, my new best friend Christina, whilst Iris Snaps on Instagram, bought me for Christmas. I've wanted to have a go at stitching in hand, and this is the one I did start to do, but it's 36 count, and it was a little bit too small for me to know what I was doing or successfully being able to stitch in hand. But I've just worked on the border really. I know there's not much. This is 36 count Oaken by Picture This Plus. Then I worked on Spring Patches by Homespun Elegance. Love this. And this is how far I've got. I worked on the sheep and the beehive, I think. Maybe I didn't, I can't remember. But definitely the sheep. The sheep I have actually stitched in wool. I ended up buying some alpaca silk, brushed alpaca silk by Drops, from the Wool Warehouse. This is as close as knitting as I will get, but I ordered a few, well, I say a few, I ordered some neutral shades except for that blue. I thought that was more of a grey, but it's more like a blue. But yeah, that was I quite enjoyed doing those, and I love the way they turned out, all woolly and a bit flecky. You can see the cream sheep better in real life. But yeah, I do like that, how that's come out. Then I worked on Black Sky by the Primitive Needle. This is a better picture of it. This is on loan to me from a friend of a friend, and I just finished. I finished this block. I think I still need to fill in the inside of the angel's wings, and then I really wanted to do the alphabet, so I counted down and completed that, and then started the widow. And I think those are widow's weeds that she's carrying in her hand. This is done on 36 count parchment by Sparklies, and this is one that I dyed over the top of as well, just to make it a little bit darker. But I'm not using the called for silks, and I've just got a box full of colours that I think complement each other, and I'm just winging them. I worked on Ye Old Woolery Shop by Plum Street Samplers. I bought this from my L&S a few months ago. It's an old school photo, and I actually finished this one. I love the way this one's turned out. I went for 25 count vintage country mocha because that's what I had in my stock, and I changed the thread for the sheep and used the wool again. It's a little bit wrong in some places, but I'm fine with that, and I love the way how it's turned out. I also started Litha by the Primitive Hair. This is a freebie found on her website, and I had done the Yule one, and it was on a bigger piece of fabric, and I wanted to try and do it as a circle. However, yeah, well, I can't now, I've cut it up, but I like the idea of one day being able to finish them into a pillow. That's where I've got, I've made changes. The wings were a darker colour, but when I tried to stitch them on the fabric you couldn't see, so I changed it to white. And I just need to finish off the flower at the top, I think, and put some bees in round. I placed an order with Kitten Stitcher, Shakespeare's Peddler, for a few things, and this was one of them. This is S Ward, a little rag, a marking sampler that she recharted. The kit came with the fabric and the silks, and also came with a bag of sweets and a little strawberry that Teresa made, albeit mine's more a cat toy than anything else. There's the red pashmina silk. It's lovely. It's lovely to wear with a lovely deep red. And this is where I am so far. I decided to do my initials in a different colour. It's just a DMC, I'm not sure what number. But yeah, this looks a bit strange. I just wanted to mark the bottom of the sampler just so I could check my placement was okay for the fabric. But yeah, this is done on 32 count flax by Zweigart. Yeah, I love this. This stitches up quite quickly. Yeah, and the threads are absolutely beautiful to work with. yes, that was May and June stitching, and then for July, Christmas in July stitching, I wanted to just pick up some of my festive whips, and this is Angel Abode by Good Flora Stitchwork. She is on Etsy. I've only done a bit. I've just filled in the rest of the skirt, done the cloud, his or her skirt, done the cloud, and started the ladder. I should have mentioned, actually, I'm trying to get better. Well, not better, I've only just started trying to stitch in hand, and so the S Ward and the Lither by the Primitive Hair, and the Ye Old Woolery Shop were all done in hand, and I think I found my rhythm a bit now. I feel that it's much quicker for me. Well, I don't know about much quicker, but I just feel I get more done. I don't know, I can just, because I like to faff, I'm a bit of a, but yeah, I don't feel as if I managed to get that much done, but I've really enjoyed stitching in hand and just being able to pick something up and quickly just putting a few stitches in, and I actually feel like I'm getting somewhere, but it's, my tension isn't great. I just need to perfect that. Lastly, I started Waves by Melissa Donansky, I think, and this is in the Gift of Stitching book that I bought at Christmas, and I just thought this was a really sweet design for the summer, and that's as far as I've got. So it's just the bottom left hand corner that I started, but it's all mostly made up, apart from the sand, of speciality stitches. I was quite good at sticking with one project for May, but I certainly didn't do very well with the shopping. I bought quite a lot in April for my birthday, and I just carried on. So it was definitely Shop Maynia for me, and maybe Shop June as well, but hey ho. It's fair to say that I'm definitely not taking part anymore in Stitch from Stash, but whatever. I bought this from my L&S. This is called Birthday You by You, I Am Friends. She's got a few of these, and I thought this was really quite sweet with the little sheep. I haven't got any of their charts, so I just picked one up, and it's only small. So then I bought some charts from Casa Sanina, because they had two in stock that I wanted, and I just added to my order. This is R&P Bellissimo Natal, I think, but this is sheep and Christmas, and I loved how this looked on the website. And I think that's all in DMC. I also ordered Telling Emblem, and this is Bloom and Bugs. I love this as well, with all the little bugs around it. There's a dragonfly and a bee and another bug there that I can't quite make out. These are quite expensive though, but I do think they're worth it, and it calls for 28 count summer khaki. I think it's either 28 or 32, but I've got 28 in here. I ordered some for another project, and it was big enough for me to be able to kit this up as well. So I think this is just one of my favourite standard colours, summer khaki. I think it complements quite a lot of things. So yeah, there's that one. It also comes with this little charm, I suppose you'd call it, if you wanted to stitch it onto your project, but I don't think I'll do that. And then I also ordered Lone Elm Lane Snow Angel. I've loved this for a long time. I'd seen someone stitch it on blue fabric actually on Instagram. Loved the way it looked. I think they changed the red, or so. I just really liked how it looked. So I did actually dye, I dyed some fabric, and I love the blue that it's turned out to be, so yeah. And then also absolutely love this one, and this is Halloween Resurrection by Lone Elm Lane again. This just really makes me laugh. And I've got this fabric from Sparklies, and it's Lorcan, and I quite like, I think it looks quite Halloweeny, and I think it'll look good with this stitch on it. I did insert a picture of this last time, but everything has come now. This is Sarah Brazier by Hands Across the Sea Samplers. I had already bought the book and all of the threads in my last video. Yeah, I was able to pick up my fabric last week from my L&S, and those are all my threads. I am doing this on 36 count natural. It was impossible to get the summer khaki because I just think there'd been a mad rush for everyone to get it, but by the time this one came in, summer khaki was back in stock. But whatever, all the threads were laid out on this, and it looked really nice, so I'm glad I've got that now. I love this, and I made a decision on two other Hands Across the Sea charts that I've got, but I'll talk about that later. Also picked up, when I bought my threads for Sarah Brazier, I bought Stacey Nash Oliver, one of the Animal Crackers series, I think it's called, Animal Crackers. Then I've also got Plum Street Samplers Harvest Keeper. This is a lot bigger than what I thought it was actually. So I think it's 197 by 150. I thought it was more the size of Babushka's Bees, which is not as big as this, but yeah, I love this though. I love the colours. I have got I've got some fabric and most of the threads. I picked up Anna Greater by the Scarlet House. Love this. This apparently didn't do as well as some of her other charts at market, but I absolutely love it. I think it's beautiful. Yeah, love this. I've got some of the threads as well. I also bought the Festive Little Fobs, and this is the Beekeeping edition by Heartstring Samplery. Yeah, these are only Diddy, so I really like those. And then I picked up Comfort Lighthouse by Carriage House Samplings. I adore this. I don't know why. Everything about it I absolutely love. It calls for wren for the fabric. Now I don't think the photo looks like it looks like wren at all, but Wide-Eyed Stitching Child on Instagram stitched hers on a grey, and I just loved how it looks. I had to go dyeing some grey fabric. The first one I did, I think this is just a little bit too choppy. I do like the way it looks, but I don't know if it just looks a bit too aggressive, if you get me, with all the sharp angles. So I don't know if I'm going to use this one. There are, I mean, it wouldn't take, this is 28 count and it calls for 40 count, but I quite like the idea of doing it a little bit bigger. I'm not sure. Or I've got this piece, which you can't really see that it's mottled because I didn't bother to iron it, but it is a little bit. Or there's this one, which I really like. I love how that one is. So it'll be one of those. I also bought the digital download from Cozy Egg La Luna. This is part of her Nocturne collection. This is right up my street. Anything to do with moths or butterflies or insects in general, I just really like. And she says to do it on Picture This Plus Gothic, but I've got this piece in, it's like a scrap. Well, it wasn't, it's Sparkly's Flotsam and not Sparkly's, this is Chromatic Alchemy Flotsam and Jetsam, and this was from her seconds range, and I think because it was only an offcut from something, I just bought it. I love this colour. It's very dark with some almost green in it, but I don't think you can really tell. But I think that'll look quite good with that because of the colours in the moth. Yeah, I bought some Blackbird design charts on eBay, and these are actually out of print, and I don't think she really realised what she had, and it's flea market souvenir. Abby Bella Stitch called this one a golden unicorn chart, and this is Summer House. I love this. Didn't ever think I'd be able to get it, but it was about 1 o'clock in the morning, and I saw it, and it was a buy it now price, and it was £8 maybe. So both of them were about £8. I mean, they're in a used condition, but there's nothing wrong with them at all. I've got some fabric, the way flea market souvenir is done. No, that's not even the right one. The way flea market souvenir is done, it's done on different colour fabrics, and then you stitch them together, and I do love the way they are stitched together. Some people I know have just stitched them on one piece, but I do like the idea of putting them together. And I've got some, all the same, 28 count fabric, which I'm just gonna dye in the 3 colours of Rit dye that I've got. So I'm quite looking forward to doing that. And then for Summer House, I've just got some 32 count limestone, which is almost a slight green, so because I think that looks like there's a slight green tint to the fabric, so I just think that would look quite nice on there. See, honestly, I went crazy. This one is Know Thyself by Blackwood and Briar. They've got the house, like one of the houses from Salem, I think. I can't remember what it's called. Is it just called Salem House? I don't know, but it's just black, done with a black and variegated thread. It looks really good, but I love this when I saw it. It's done on a black fabric, which, so this is maybe a better picture of it. It's done on a black fabric, it's really hard to get a piece of black linen, so I ended up ordering some Brittany, I think it is. Yeah, I'm not sure how well they are going to show up on the fabric. I'd really like to do it on the black fabric, but I have got another idea if that doesn't work out, to do it on a lighter piece, and hopefully that will work if the black doesn't work out, but we'll see. I've not seen this one before. This is 13 Owls by Plum Street Samplers. This is one of their older designs from the packaging, but I just I love this. And then I've got some 32 count sandstone. I thought that was really fun for Halloween. I ordered some stuff from Teresa from Kitten Stitcher / Shakespeare's Peddler. I'd ordered the S Ward, and I also ordered, this was after seeing Suzette the Primitive Stitcher stitch this, and this is Jenny Bean Pinter, I think it's called. But yeah, a lovely little design. I'd picked up that, and then also this is Primitive Christmas. I'd never seen this one before. I love this. And then it's also done on a box, you know, for all that finishing and that I do. But yeah, I just thought that was quite fun as well. And then this one, I think this is, you know, when you see something and it's just, oh, I just love it. And it's Sarah Chapel, 1831. This is the original sampler. And Teresa also shows some close-ups, which I'll have a go in. I'll see if I can save them off her website and insert them here. But I think out of all the samplers that I've got, that I've bought and not stitched, this is the one that I was just blown away by. Sometimes they just do that. The words they are religious, so I'm not sure if I will actually do that or if I'll try to find something different. It calls for 40 count. Is it River? No, what's it called? Century Rook by R&R. 18th Century Rook. And she says that it's got a green tint to it. And hopefully on the pictures you'll be able to see it is a bit more green. But I was wondering if I could try to do it on Weeks Dye Works tin roof, because it is quite hard to get, well, it is very hard to get R&R fabrics here in the UK. I might order a piece of tin roof. I've never seen it before, but I believe it's got this green tint to it. Or I might have a look at, because Teresa's got a flat rate at the moment, I know she's having to increase it. She's just had a go at dyeing her own fabrics, and there was some in there that I thought, oh, that might work, so I might just have a look. She's got a flat rate shipping, she's got to increase it, but whilst it's still $6, I might just order some. But I just keep holding it, but I was just so blown away by this one. And this one even more so added to the decision I made about a chart that I had, which I'll tell you about, that I mentioned earlier, but I'll tell you about later. I'm coming to the end of the pile, and this one just about threw me over the edge, it really did, which is MH1656, the My Beloved's Gift by Hands Across the Sea sampler. This is a reversible sampler. I'm sure you've all seen it now. It sold really well when it was released. Nicola had quite an unfortunate situation with this, but I think it's been resolved now, because a lot of the posts have been taken down. But yeah, I love this. It's 130 stitches wide, but by 929 down. And I've ordered all the threads, and I'm doing mine in the DMC. I'm just a little bit worried about this really bright yellow, but those are the colours that Nicola's decided to chart them with. And now I've got my fabric, and this is 40 count, just antique white, but I'm going to have a go at dyeing it because I love the colour that this was on, but I couldn't really get a colour that I liked. Natural wasn't dark enough. I would have liked amber or chestnut by witch up, but they don't do that in 40 count. They don't do the 40 count in that colour, and plus I can't get it here, or not very easily anyway. So I'm going to have a go dyeing it and it'll be fine. When I went to my L&S to pick up my fabric, she'd ordered me a kit that I'd seen her stitch, that I'd seen her, her name's Sharon, I shouldn't say she all the time. I'd seen Sharon stitching up, and this is more of an embroidery, stamped embroidery thing, but I just loved it. So I asked her to order me one, and it comes with, it's all stamped, and then you wash it afterwards and it comes out, and it comes with all the DMC. I'd never seen these before, but I just thought it was a bit different and I wanted to have a go. I also found this by Hands in Heart, Heart in Hands, Wee Santa 99. Yeah, I thought he was really sweet, and I love his checkered coat and hat. And finally, for all of my charts, I mean, along with all this that I've bought, I also ordered threads and things to kit up other charts that I'd already got. But then I was looking on just some of the groups. I can't even remember what I was searching for on Facebook, but I saw mention of this Blue Ribbon sampler book from the early 2000s, I think, by Olwyn Horwood, an Australian stitcher, and I just saw that people, it was hard to get. I think this was more back a few years when people were trying to get it, and it was selling for maybe £200 and £300 on eBay and stuff, but it hasn't got a front cover, but I picked this up for £15 on eBay. Nicola Parkman had talked that she'd done it, so I went to read a blog post, but these are just pictures in the book, and I just loved how vibrant they were. It's quite big, so this is the centre, and it's got some speciality stitches in it as well. I mean, this is, you know. And then I also ordered some fabric and charts, some fabric and threads for a chart that is on its way to me. This is Maelstrom by Sparklies, and it is very similar, albeit I bet it won't. Oh no, it might do. This is Haunted by Picture This Plus, and this is, I don't think it used to be this green from what I can make out from people's posts on Facebook and things from years ago, but it's got this, I think that's quite true to how it looks in real life, but I love this. I'd seen somebody stitch the chart, well, not the chart, the picture that I'm about to show you on this colour fabric, and I just loved how it looked. These are all the threads, there's loads of them, mostly Weeks Dye Works, but I quite like the way that looked. And this is the chart that is winging its way to me. I'm very excited. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to that coming to me. I do like the idea of stitching it on the blue. I'll insert some pictures from Facebook of the lady who stitched it on Haunted. I just think it gives it more of a Halloween look. Yeah, so I'm really excited to do that one. I mentioned earlier about some decisions I've made. I've been going through all of my stash and getting rid of a few charts, or I'm on the 3rd cull now, and I made a big decision with a Hands Across the Sea chart, which was the Uffendale sisters, and oh, it was I did actually sell it on eBay. Yeah, I just think I loved Sarah Brazier and the Sarah Chapel sampler more, and I didn't want to keep it in my inventory and never stitch it when there are people looking for it, because it was a limited release. Smurfette Stitches on Instagram has done her first Flosstube video at the end of May, I think it was, and she'd taken part in Stitch Mania for the first time, so she's got loads of whips to show you, but it's a really good video if you go and check it out. And then there's also River Stitcher as well. She's new to cross stitching as well as Flosstube, and she is she started off with stamped cross stitch, but she's progressing on to charts and mirabilias and things, so go and check her out as well. She's also from the Midlands, which is nice. I'd also like to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I've had a bit of a flurry of new subscribers lately, so thank you very much, and thank you to everyone who stays with me. I know I'm very sporadic with my videos, but I have all the best intentions to do them more regularly, but by the time I think about it, another month has passed, so I need to try and get on a better rotation with them. But it is what it is. It's not as if I can even blame family life, because there's only me. Yeah, but hey ho. Anyway, I hope everybody has a lovely stitching month, and I'll hopefully be back at the end of July. Anyway, I will see you all next time. Bye everyone, take care.